To discuss the address of Mohan Bhagwat, RSS chief, we are joined by Praful Ketkar, senior journalist. Welcome, Praful Ketkar, to Newsnight. Your thoughts on Mohan Bhagwat saying that there is really no need to unite Hindus and Muslims. They are united, and those who think that there is a distinction between them or they are not united, that's where the problem lies.
Thank you, Munmun, for having me. I think this is a very important landmark speech, which gives a totally different kind of perspective towards the entire issue of Hindu-Muslim question. I will take you back to the work done by Swatantraveer Savarkar of 1907, when he wrote on the after 50 years of 1857, what was termed by the British as a revolt. He termed it as the first war of independence. And there he is making the similar kind of speech, where he is actually saying that Hindus and Muslims are from the same, ancestry, and that's why they fought together against the British rule in 1857. Entire problem started in 1905. First time India was divided on religious lines. Both Hindus and Muslims fought against it, and 1911 Britishers had to change the decision. Not just they had to change the decision, they had to change their capital from Calcutta to Delhi. That was the resistance for dividing Indians on Hindu-Muslim lines. Unfortunately, what happened post 1916-17, when the entire issue of Khilafat came into discussion, some elements actually tried to connect Indian Muslims to the idea of Khalifa and tried to take them their sentiments and their affiliation outside India. That was never the case. So I see this because this was a program of a book launch. The Meeting of Minds, a Bridging Initiative, is a book that essentially pitch for the commonalities that we have, even if we have different ways of worships. I think seeing these cultural roots as common ground and common ancestors, this is a very important perspective. And but the corollary to this perspective is it cannot be resolved, as the RSS Sarsangachalak said, it cannot be resolved by political means. Politics can in fact disturb that coherence of unity, or rather the integral perspective, simply because politics will always see us as some kind of vote banks. And that's why, with a cautionary note, he gave a different perspective to look at the Hindu-Muslim question.
Absolutely. Did he also call out attempts to create an impression in the minds of Muslims in India that Islam is in danger here? He said that Muslims should not get trapped in the cycle of fear, that Islam is in danger. So did he call out those deliberate attempts that have been made by certain vested sections?
Absolutely. See, we have, and I will take back you to the recently published Pew research. That shows that 91% of Indians do not take this, intolerance hype that was given by vested interest. Going beyond that, the same research with a 30,000 sample talks about Indian Muslims believing the karma theory, many of them believing in river Ganga as the sacred river. That simply shows that change of worship doesn't, even before advent of Islam, or for that matter Christianity in India, there were many sects and everybody coexisted, because we essentially believe that multiplicity of faiths doesn't mean that we are enemies of each other. There can be different ways to reach to the same truth and same God. That has been the fundamental thought of India. And that thought, because of that thought, the concept of Hindu-ness has come into existence. Besides the geo-cultural existence, we have geo-cultural. So Sindhu and Hindu, and this fundamental thought that makes us Hindustan. So unless we realize that this multiplicity of faith, and what Mohan Bhagwat ji said today, that our DNA is same. Hindus and Muslims are not two groups. There is nothing to unite simply because there is an inherent sense of unity. Expressions are different. We should learn to celebrate that diversity, those diverse expressions. Interestingly, Munmun, in 1948-49, when Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar was writing, and his first time he wrote earlier, he published that book, Who Were Shudras, he is also talking on the same lines. Our DNA is same. In fact, he is talking about entire South Asia. I will not get into that debate because it will be complete digression. But the point here is, there may be few people who came here and settled down, but essentially, when it comes to our ancestry, our cultural roots, our worldview, we are one, and that is the only guarantee that we will be organized as a society, as a nation, and such nation will be capable to guide the world as a Vishwaguru. That was the essential message of today's speech by Dr. Mohan Bhagwat.
Right, and he also drew the link between unity and development, saying that for development, unity is a prerequisite.
Yes, see, he actually didn't talk about just unity. Many times, what happens, people think of unity as uniformity and as a rejection of diversity. He didn't talk about that. He said, what we need is a united, organized society. Organized in the sense where we have certain common conception about ourselves, we as a nationhood, and our objectives as a nation. Once that commonality is there, we function as an organized society that automatically leads to development, and that development then can be a guiding force to the entire world. Now, entire humanity is seeing us with lot of expectations.
Yes.
Because we are the model which has existed without interruption for hundreds of years, many centuries. And look at the question of Islam. Wherever Islamic faith is there, you will see one dominant faith within Islam is actually the ruling class, and it ultimately eliminates the other versions of Islam.
Yes.
In India, on the contrary, you will see you have Shias and Sunnis living together, you have Khwajas, you have Bohras, you have multiplicity of faiths within Islam. You have Muslims who go to Dargah, who have their own gurus or saintly figures, which is possible only in India, simply because we celebrate and we believe that multiplicity of faith is not essentially differences, it is expression of diversity. And
Yes.
in that context, what Dr. Bhagwat said today about the Nirakar and Akar, the manifestation of truth or godliness in the form of either a deity or believing as a formless God. So
Yes.
whether form or formless, we believe any path is our personal choice. The true sense of secularism, that it is my personal belief and I have a right to choose my path. That is the conviction, that is the beauty, that is the
Absolutely.
real spirit of our spiritual democracy, which has been a guiding force of our entire civilization, and that is the foundation of our organized, united society.
Absolutely. So India has a pluralistic traditions. It's presenting an example to the whole world. There are several faiths and cultures that are peacefully coexisting, and that is something that was once again brought out by RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat. Thank you so much for having joined us, Praful Ketkar.